Brothers and sisters of Local 1066, this is Dan Hudak, Vice President. I'm sure most of you already heard our President and our Grievance Chairman have had charges filed on them through the bylaws. There's going to be a trial to deal with it. I'm not here to talk about my opinions on it or give any details of the charges. If you want, we can talk about that in person. Just let me know. In the meantime, I've had a lot of people asking me, how does this work? So I figured I'd make a little summary video to help you better understand. But I urge you guys, get a hold of your bylaws. There's books at the hall that you guys are welcome to. You have a right to them. Or if you want, text me your email address and I'll email you a PDF version. In the meantime, let's dive into this. All right, to start, the charges have to be made in writing. They have to be signed by the person that is making the accusations. They have to be submitted to the local union. Those charges have to provide enough facts so the accused can understand and respond to the allegations. After the union receives the charges, the executive board is going to appoint, subject to approval of the membership. Now, that trial committee has to consist of 3 members. The accuser cannot be on the committee, the accused cannot sit on the committee, witnesses cannot sit on the committee, and people with a personal interest in the outcome cannot sit on the committee. So it's 3 members, and they are appointed subject to the approval of the membership. And so what that means is that at the next regular union meeting, which ours is May 20th, 4 p.m., this coming Wednesday, they're going to announce the 3 that they chose, and you would have the right to approve or disapprove of those appointments. If you choose to approve those appointments, then those 3 are going to be the ones who are on the trial committee. If you disapprove of those appointments, then you would say nay, and if there's enough nays, then you would have the right to nominate and elect your own trial committee. For the trial itself, both sides are going to have a chance to present their case. The hearing is intended to gather the facts. The process is a presentation of evidence. There will be witness testimony, arguments from both sides, and I put here that the goal of the trial committee is to hear the facts before reaching a decision. So the accused member, they have the option to choose a representative for themselves. That representative must be a member, and they must also follow the trial proceedings that are established for the hearing, and that procedures, those will be established by the trial committee. So then after all of that is done, witnesses got to say everything, the accuser and accused, they got to put on their arguments. When it's all done, the hearing is over. The trial committee, they're going to get together in private. They're going to go into a closed session, and they are going to have a vote between themselves after discussing all the evidence and everything else. Between those 3 members, they're going to choose guilty or not guilty by majority vote between those 3. After that, the committee is going to make a written report explaining the facts that they found, the conclusions, any recommendations or penalties, if any. Some of the possible outcomes are fines. The member could be made in bad standing. There could be restrictions on holding office, removal from office for officers, and then any other disciplinary actions that the membership sees fit. Then there will be another meeting, whether it's at the regular union meeting or whether there's a special union meeting that will still be to be determined. Then they will announce their findings, and then the membership will have another opportunity to vote whether they agree with the findings or whether they disagree, whether they agree with the ruling of guilty or not guilty. And then also if they determine if it's guilty, they could determine whether the discipline was good enough or whether it was too much or whatever. They can modify, reject, or anything like that. So at the end of all of this, the power is in your hands, the membership. You guys are going to determine how all this goes. You guys determine who's on the committee. You guys determine, if at the end of the day, if you feel that the committee did a good job after everything is presented. So this is your union. It's time for you to get involved. And then when it's all said and done, there's an appeals process. Either the accused or the accuser can appeal the final ruling that's laid out by the membership. They can appeal that to international and go through the appeals process. So with that said, I appreciate you guys watching the video, taking the time to educate yourself on the matter. As I always say, information and education is how we have a strong membership. So we're a little stronger today than we were yesterday. Have a good night.